Crashland with Sanctuary of Reality, my comic review series. Time now for Cerebus issue 258, the 27th chapter of Going Home. A crowd of impala frolic around the camp. The next day, Ham and Mary see a rhino, thinking that it's nursing, only discover that a pair of hyenas are actually munching on its rump while it's still alive. They soon return to put it out of its misery, only to find it finally dead. After a visit to a mirage, Ham and Mary visit the New Livingstone Hotel for a night, before setting out in an airship the next day to visit the Congo and the Nile. They fly around, taking in the sights, but when they circle Murchison Falls, birds get into the engine and they crash land. Mary's heart is racing afterwards, and Ham isn't looking well, but they're otherwise fine. After they make a camp by a sandy knoll, Mary rests while Ham and the pilot, Roy, gather supplies to build a shelter. The next day, they get the attention of a passing boat, which takes the trio to a nearby village. Ham and Mary soon board another airship. And guess what? They crash again. This time, the crash results in the airship setting ablaze, and Ham gets a head injury. The local natives rush up, clamoring something. What do these people have to say? This is the 20th and final issue of the entire series, in which Cerebus does not appear on panel whatsoever. He's technically off panel being told this story, but it's interesting to me to point out that Cerebus, of the 300 issues that tell his life, he's only in actually 280 issues. I demand 20 more issues. No, kidding. This issue's okay. I mean, it's beautifully done, as they have been for a while. The absolute peak of comic art. But its story is a bit repetitive. I get it. I mean, that's the way it really was with Ernest Hemingway and his wife in this story, on this tale of their venture to Africa. But what does it have to do with Cerebus going home? I understand Dave Sim's point about concerning genders and transgressions against God, as he explains in more detail in the To Ham and Ham Not backup essays. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I get why he's telling us these things. It harkens back to my only complaint about Melmoth, which was that it stifles the series progression into a digression about something that's only thematically related to the overall plot. I don't regret reading it. I don't think it's done poorly on any level. It's just I'm personally more invested in like Cerebus and Jaka, the characters the series brings to it, than to care about these two new characters, Ham and Mary, and their previous adventures. They're trying to say something, yes, I understand, but I get caught up in the series more than I do in the greater picture, I guess, and that's my problem, really. But at the same time, it's a problem I think a lot of other readers have as well. True, it is Dave Sim's book, and as long as he gets to issue 300 and ends it with Cerebus dying, then he can do whatever he wants in the meantime. That freedom of expression should be celebrated. And it's usually very welcome by me, but I'm just not feeling a 4 or 5 issue detour when we're so close to the finish line. And I think that may have been a lot of people's problem with this particular book, Form and Void, as well. Next time, out of Africa, at last.